Hello again, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Firstly, thank you very much to the person who sent the postcard from Somerset. That's lovely. Thank you. This is a follow-up video to the one earlier. Now, to anyone who's new to my channel, this channel is all about free speech. And to anyone who's never heard of Yankee Wally or Trevor Cult, they are, or well, Wally was, another YouTuber who was silenced, bullied off the internet. Trevor has had his own woes. He's been demonetised. Not only that, he's been trolled horribly, really horribly. And there have been other YouTubers, Sue Smith. And they've all been bullied. They have something in common by a man called Christopher Boozy of Bot Sentinel, who featured on Harry and Meghan's Netflix thing. Why was he on that Netflix programme? That's a big question for me. But mostly this channel is about free speech. That's how I got into listening to Wally in the first place, and then Trevor. I didn't always agree with things that they said, but I really appreciated that they both felt, or used to feel, free to express themselves. I have done videos about the Aspen Institute and Harry's involvement in that. And apart from many, many other things, and if you look through this channel, you will see how many critical videos I've done about Meghan particularly, and Harry. And the goings on and the comings and goings of over the last few years. But this is not a dedicated hate channel, as I know the majority of you already know. Unfortunately, having read some of the comments on the last video, which seems to have been completely misinterpreted, I've got to say that one of the things in the early stages that really rankled me and turned me against Meghan were these die-hard sugars who would accept not even a tiny weeny word of criticism against Markle. It was very much the opinion, thou shalt worship Meghan Markle at all costs. That's very dictatorial, and that's not the sort of person that I am. I like free speech and I like to hear both sides of the argument. So when someone reaches out to me, as I believe this is from Harry's camp, it's not clickbait. I don't normally tell you if I've had anybody reach out. In fact, I don't think I've ever had anyone reach out to me before. I don't make shit up. I want to hear what they have to say, because free speech is a double-edged sword. Because some of the comments, only some of the comments that I've seen on the last video are, thou shalt hate Harry or else, which to me is as bad as thou shalt worship Meghan or else. Or that I'm so weak and feeble-minded that I've been sucked into the dark side of Harry just because I want to give the guy a chance. He would not get an easy ride with me like he did with Oprah. And I'd really like to know how many of you have ever been on the receiving end of the Daily Mail, because I have, and serve my family. I did support Associated Newspapers Limited in the case with Meghan's letter to her father. I'm horrified that she got out of it by saying she misremembered. But to any commenters out there who either purely hate Harry with pure undiluted rage, this is not the channel for you. If you are a sugar out there who's full of rage at anybody who doesn't worship the Grand Duchess of the Empress and the Stars, this is not the channel for you. I think I've mentioned once or twice before, this channel's slightly different. I don't think you have ever heard me say, don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't criticise other YouTubers who say that. That's fine, that's the algorithm. That's not my style, and that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I do not like to see injustice. And yes, I would like to put questions to Windsor and ask him certain things and pin him down. But I just don't think that a diplomatic opening line would be, hey Windsor, you fucking wanker, I fucking hate you, let's go live. Or, for example, something like that. I just don't think that's gonna, open the conversation. And they do watch this channel. They watch all of the Megxit channels, all of them. And some of the comments, and I'm very glad to say it's actually only a small proportion of them, but some of them are so disappointing, because it's as if, you know, if you don't hate strong enough on Harry and Meghan, you've been sucked in. And I do find that disappointing, very disappointing. The majority of your comments on the last video are intriguing and vary greatly, and I'm fascinated reading them. So many different words of advice. In fact, a large theme is basically, Harry, you're a hypocrite, which is true. If he's trying to pass laws to expose whistleblowers, shall we say, or sources, then, as one of you said, why doesn't he tell us who the 5 friends were that spoke to People magazine? I mean, can't you see that, Windsor? It's a double-edged sword. I feel like I'm banging my head against a brick wall between pure sugars and apparently pure Harry haters who will accept no less than Harry Windsor is a fucking wanker. Excuse my French. And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for intelligent, open debate, free speech. A lot of the comments disagree with me, but they're fabulously worded. They're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I would urge anybody to go through and read them. I mean, one comment is one way and the next comment's completely opposite and so brilliantly put. But it is disappointing that apparently there are a few people out there who I actually didn't think there was such a thing as Harry and Meghan haters. I really didn't. But apparently there are people who literally just want to hate for the sake of hate and not talk to him and say, where are you coming from? And gently explain to him, don't you think that what you're doing, maybe you're not the person to be doing this? One of you commented and said it would have been much more powerful if all of the claimants had walked through the front door together. I completely agree. It would. In fact, even better if Harry himself wasn't involved in this case. That would probably be better. Because Harry is involved, such as things are at the moment, he's bringing all attention of the wrong sort to the case. And I actually don't have that much information about the case itself. I wish I did. I wish I had the depositions. I wish I had the bundles. I would love to read all of that, but I don't. I don't understand why, after all these years, it's suddenly come up. I really don't know. I don't think we have damage. What's it called? Statute of limitations. That's American, isn't it? I think ours is the Latent Damage Act, or something like that, from what I recall from having been a law student. And I was a law student, by the way. Someone commented and said, for a lawyer, you know, you talk a lot of shit. Well, I do, because I'm not a lawyer. I just repeat that. I am not a lawyer. Because maybe I speak too fast or something and it's not clear enough. So, yeah. I shall be interested to see your comments on this one. For now, I'm going to get back to my housework, finish off. We move back to the boat in a few days. So, life goes on about its circle. In the meantime, as always, thank you very much for listening.